Come explore the Norwegian Bliss with us. We're starting off on deck 6, and as you can see, there are elevator banks. This is one of 2 elevator banks. They get pretty backed up and it's hard to get where you're going. So if you can take the stairs, that's your best bet. If not, just jump in whatever is available and take it down to go back up or up to go back down. We're entering into near the mix bar. On the left is Savor, and on the right would be Taste. These both have the same menu, so it doesn't matter which one you get into if you're going to dinner. Casual, you can dress up if you want. Nobody's going to stop you either way. They have pretty basic cruise fare. It was pretty good. We didn't mind eating here a few of the times. As we walk on through, you'll see the art gallery on either side. You can walk on through this anytime. They changed the art each day, so it wasn't the same pieces of art, and they had a few art auctions along the cruise, which was neat. We didn't attend any, but we saw them happening. As we go on through this little hallway here, on the right is the teppanyaki restaurant. This is a charge. It's a $59 charge to eat at this restaurant. We had a great time. It is open from 5 to 10 p.m. This is also where you change any dining reservations or book them when you first get on the cruise. Gorgeous, gorgeous chandelier. On the right there is the social. On the left was Coco's, I believe. This is the atrium. So this is floor 6 of the atrium. Starbucks is in that corner. Cruise next. I love how much space there is here. Guest services, onboard credit, and shore excursions are here. Cruising on back through, we're going to go up to, there's Coco's on the left, chocolate and pastries and things. These stairs are really cool because the lights change color with the light of the chandelier. So that was pretty fun and gorgeous as we go on through. There were lots of different table games. There were slot tournaments, a bunch of different machines, and like the coin pusher machines, a whole bunch of and they had a smoking section too. So if you do need to smoke, you have your own little area. Crossing on through, you'll see the Local, which is a bar and grill, complimentary dining. On the left is the main seating area. On the right, it overlooks the atrium. So if they're having any games down there, you can watch from the bar tables that are lining up the opening. Here is the District Brewery. It's not really a pub, but it is open 12 to 12. We didn't spend much time here. We don't drink a lot of beer, but that is what they had on tap, and had fun little games like this as well. A little peek around here, nice windows. All right, we're moving on to Food Republic. It is another extra charge restaurant. It is not complimentary. You order off cool little iPads on the table. We did not dine here, so I can't talk about how good the food was, but it looked like a cute little restaurant. We are going to quickly go by La Cucina, which is the Italian restaurant. We didn't eat there, so I don't know how it was. And the Cellars, the wine bar here, it looked really cool on the outside. And then on the left is the Cavern. That's where the Beatles played. The Cavern Club times varied for this one. And it was really cool. There was a nice little intimate little venue for the Beatles performances. Some of their performances they did on the main stage. For these ones, you really have to get there early though. So get in line 45 minutes to an hour early. Otherwise, you might not get in. So cruising on down the hallway, beautiful artwork. Everything was so nice and clean on this ship, and it never really felt super crowded, which was extremely nice. Here we have the whiskey bar, and a little bit further on down the hallway, we have my favorite place, which is the Mojito Bar, Sugarcane. Fantastic. It's on floor 8. Again, here we go, walking on through. Then we're going to hit the shopping, the duty-free shopping area, and they have just really fun different things. They have different sales, and they have raffles, different things going on in the shopping area throughout the cruise. This is Ocean Blue, the seafood restaurant on the cruise. We didn't try it. This is also an extra charge, but it looks like a beautiful dining location. I'm not a seafood eater, so we didn't eat here. As we cruise on down, here's some of the jewelry and watches, lots on display. You can just check them out as you cruise on down to wherever you're going. The times vary for these because they can't sell while you're in port. So I would just check your little guide every day and to see what times they open. This guide is called the Freestyle Daily, by the way. I walked up to the counter and asked for a navigator, and that's wrong. That's a Disney cruise thing. So yeah, lots and lots of jewelry, as you can see. Here we go, moving on down. The cruise shop, the Norwegian cruise shop is here on the right as well. It had lots of good Alaskan items. I didn't get any video while we were inside, but it did have a good amount of items. Even though it was a small shop and it got pretty busy in there, it had a good selection of different things to choose from. There's the duty-free alcohol, and here is the photo kiosks. I think you can check the kiosks at any time. They're in here on the left, as you can see, and you can check out your pictures. And there's different items that you can buy. The desk is not always open, though. Floors 6, 7, and 8 are where all of your inside activities and fun happen. And we're walking on through to some more extra charge restaurants. There's going to be Cagney's on the right and Los Lobos on the left, and the A-list bar in between. So while you're waiting for your table, just go ahead and have a seat, and the lovely bartenders will help you out with all sorts of fun cocktails and drinks to choose from. We did eat at Cagney's, and unfortunately, it wasn't the greatest experience. They brought us the wrong meal first, and then when they brought it back, my meat was overcooked. So we'll have to try it again on another cruise. It just wasn't the greatest on this one. The Mexican food restaurant, Los Lobos, is right across the way. Super easy to find. All the margaritas that were heading in there from the bar looked wonderful. We didn't try it because we were trying to save money on this cruise and only used the 2 complimentary dining options that we had at Cagney's and Teppanyaki. Here is the Dolce Gelato bar. I think it's mostly open in the afternoons. We never tried it. It did look good, but they had ice cream at the buffet, so we were never willing to pay extra. If we go on down a deck, we're at the Bliss Theater, where you can watch Jersey Boys, play Wheel of Fortune, do bingo, all sorts of fun. But on the left here is the box office. You can't see it from this angle, but the right there are some restrooms. And if we go around to the other side, we'll come on in and take a peek at the lovely little theater. There are a few seats that are behind pillars, but otherwise the viewing is pretty good. Be sure you pre-book your Jersey Boys tickets ahead of time. And as you leave the theater on deck 7, on the starboard side, I believe, is this sneaky, cheeky little bowling alley that has 2 lanes and always seem to be busy. And a little bit of an arcade on the side here, too. Not many people even noticed it was here. There are so many nooks and crannies and activities and locations to check out on this ship. It felt huge, and I don't think we even saw them all. Here is the side of the local that I was talking about, has bar tables, and then if you look in the middle here, that overlooks the atrium. So any activities, deal or no deal, fun games usually happen right in there. And then this is back on the other side. That's the restaurant for the local bar and grill. We did eat here a couple of times, I think lunch and then dinner. It's standard pub fare. We didn't think anything was spectacular here, but it served its purpose. Here we have one of those fun key machines. Lots of people tried, nobody won. And if you go back on through, you will hit the casino again. And that was one of our favorite places when we had downtime. We spent most of our money, most of our bill was from the casino. So definitely paid out more, it seemed like, at the beginning of the cruise and waned a little bit towards the end. Last day was such a waste of money. It just ate everything up. Whereas earlier in the cruise, it would let you play for a while. But it was still a fun time, and we would totally do it again. Those fun coin machines right here that always suck you in, that had a lot of people playing. Here we have the Manhattan. This is on deck 7. And it's open 5 to 9 for dinner. It's a little fancier. Still has the same fare, the same menu as Taste and Savor. So once you find one of those menus posted, you know what's on offer. We didn't wind up eating here. We were either eating at the buffet, Taste, or Savor. After hiking all day, we just didn't really feel like getting dressed up and didn't pack many things to get dressed up in either. And I don't think this had breakfast at all. Here is the social. The social's on deck 6, so we went down after checking out the Manhattan. This is where the comedians play. It's not always open. This is a little side room. It's a little odd. We watched from this room because it was super jammed when we went, the night we went to watch the comedian. But it was nice because it was kind of tucked and off to the side. I'm not sure if they do something else in this room, but it was a cute one. Here is Coco's. We passed by this earlier. Deck 6, Coco's, a little pastry place. Check this out. They have a library. You can rent books or not rent. You can check out books during the cruise. There's a little box to put them back. You can play games. You can check out games. It's open in the mornings and the afternoons, I think. So check the times in your freestyle. Let's see. We are walking on down to Q's Texas Smokehouse. Now, Q's looked amazing. Extra charge as well. I think they sometimes do shows in Q's and games in Q's. We never attended anything in here, but we were very disappointed that we didn't try Q's on this cruise, or Q Steakhouse. All right, we jumped on down to deck 5. This is the Guppies. The Guppies are open, I think, 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. It probably varies, but and down this hallway, super cute, little origami looking. This is all the kids' activities. I think the Teens Club is on the right. This is Splash Academy on the left. We don't have any teens right now, so we did not really check any of this out, but we kept on cruising down the hallway to find this cool little arcade. It was actually a pretty good-sized arcade that I think is always open, and there were always people in there. So it was a pretty standard arcade, but it definitely had lots of games, and I'm sure you could rack up quite a bill playing all these games. Sorry about my finger poking through. All right, one of the coolest things that I think should be on every single cruise ship is the observation lounge. The observation lounge is on deck 15. It takes up like the entire forward section of deck 15. It's got all these cool like ports of call memorabilia in the front, and it has the ship model, the Bliss model also. If as soon as we turn around here, you'll see it. But the coolest part is it has all sorts of couches and loungers and snacks and chairs, and the floor-to-ceiling windows are phenomenal. For a cruise that was rainy probably 90% of the time, this was a great place to go and hang out. If you want to watch for whales, if you want to watch the sunset, if you want to grab a cocktail, there's a bar at the nose of this observation lounge. It goes all the way to the front of the ship, and tons and tons of people utilize this space. They have snacks in the morning and the afternoon, so all sorts of drinks. It's just a cool place to hang out and watch the ocean go by. Watch as you're cruising on down. Look at these delicious, delicious snacks. I was so bummed. We only really tried these the first day we boarded. We were pretty busy at ports most of the other days during the time that the snacks were out. So I ran down the last day of the cruise to try and get something, but they only had the early morning breakfast fare, and I had kind of wanted to try the scones and different things, which were the mid-morning stuff, and that wasn't available, obviously, the last day because they wanted us to get off the ship. But here is a little bit of the view. Oh, sorry, there was a little bit of the view. I'm going to bring you around to the front of the observation lounge, but just look at the size of this. The amount of people you can fit in these amazing comfy chairs. It was pretty busy on our sea day. We were always able to get a spot, though. It might not have been our first choice, but there were plenty of spaces. And even if you just hung out for a little bit, a space would open up. People were pretty good about clearing on out when they were finished. So yeah, come on around here and let me show you this super, super cool space. They have a few restrooms in there too, so if you need to go, they're really handy. And then here we are, you can see the, beautiful artwork. And then the bar right here. This first day that we boarded, boy, were people having a good time at that bar. It was pretty funny and awesome. Just like people were making friends. They were having a great time. And then there's a little piano right next to the bar. So in the afternoons, there would usually be some sort of piano session happening, which was pretty cool. And I think they had a few games or meetups here as well. I still can't get over how stunning and wonderful this area was and wish it was on every cruise I went on. We're going to go ahead and go up a flight of stairs to the 16th floor to the Garden Cafe. This is the buffet, and we loved it. They had different themed nights each night, so Oriental, Turkey, Alaskan, ribs, steak and shrimp. They had a whole pig one night. It was pretty amazing. But they always had your standard fare. They had soups, they had salads, they had Indian, they had Oriental station, they had all sorts of different options. They had hot dogs and hamburger station. So it was a delightful change to what we're used to. It was much better cruise fare in the buffet. It was delicious. So we opted for there's some frozen yogurt. They had regular ice cream as well. They had plenty of desserts. But we opted to dine here a lot because it was quick and easy and really good food. We were not disappointed here. If you go on out the doors, you will be at the pool deck. On the pool deck, that first pool is an adult pool only. There's a little bar. They have the kids play area. I think it's called Kids Aqua Park. There's the Aqua Racer, and the other slide I think is called the Ocean Loop. But most of the water activities outside of the pool, so the slides, the water park, most of those were closed for the duration of the cruise because the weather was not great. So the pools were open, but nobody was usually swimming because it was so cold. So yeah, there's the Aqua Racer. Going up one deck, they do have the walking/running track here on deck 17 and the drop slide here. People got stuck in that drop slide, so I was not willing to try. Going on around, that's a little ad for the laser tag, but if we go around, another bar, lots of bars everywhere. If we keep going further down 17, we're going to go up a flight of stairs and hit the Bliss Speedway. This was also not open very often due to weather. So because Alaska is very rainy, and for our specific cruise, it was super rainy. Here's the laser tag, which is on deck 20. So go up, and up, and up. And you find the laser tag. Also closed the majority of the time. Most of these things, the speedway, the loop slides, the drop slides, the racers, the aqua park, most of those only opened on the last few days of our cruise when it was a little bit sunnier. We're going to cruise on back on 17, overlooking the embarkation party. People were having a great time. And a little bit further down is the American Diner. This is freezing. Bring your jacket, but it is delicious food. Also complimentary. Going on inside is Spice H2O, which is the 18-plus area. And it had a couple hot tubs, a bar, and I think a couple pools, if I'm not... Here we go. Let's go look together. There's a little stage. Oh, no, just some relaxation areas. And a little foot pool. Wading pool, I guess you would call it. But yeah, this is all 18 plus. There was a smoking section down here. And lots of lounge chairs. We didn't spend very much time here. I came out here a couple times to look for the Northern Lights. Didn't see anything, but... the hot tubs looked nice. We were doing too many other things. So here's a quick little overview of it. A little stage in the middle. And the bar is on the other side. Let's see if we can get closer. And that's pretty much it for Spice H2O. If we go down a deck, here is the Mandara Spa. It is stunning. They had so many options in this spa. Thermal hot tub and snow room and tons of stone loungers. This is so much bigger than the Disney spas. This is such a fantastic spa. We did not buy in. We were thinking of maybe doing a 1-day pass. They do day passes while you're in port, or at least they did on Icy Strait Point for us. That was the only spot that we thought maybe we'd jump in and do it. Next time, I would love to get a spa pass because it just looked amazing. And that's pretty much it for the ship tour.
Yes, we got one S. Would you like to add more money or you want to solve it? Solve it.